Hey crafters, it's Julie Creek from Creek Bank Creations. I'm here to talk to you today. Thanks for joining me. We're going to talk about the mini milk carton die. This is a fun die that allows you to make a little mini milk carton. You can fill it with candy or treats or tea bags, all kinds of nice little things to give as gifts. So we're cutting them on cardstock. I do recommend that you cut them on like some 65-pound cardstock. If you get the cardstock too heavy, it gets really hard to fold. So this is what the die looks like, mini milk carton. It is a fairly large die. It is 9.5 inches across and almost 5.75 across this way. So you do need to have an extended cutting pad when you cut the mini milk carton. So if you watch my videos, you know I always make what I call a jig. I die cut the first time through my machine. I figure out all the things that I need to know, and I always do it on orange cardstock. And then when I store the die, I keep that with my die, so the next time I get my die out, I already have everything prepped and ready to go. So this is my my jig that I have, and I've already die cut my piece. And what I want to show you here on my jig, so I'm going to talk about this so you guys can see this. What I've done is I have marked here where the pattern paper would go if I were going to put pattern paper on the milk carton. I could also take a square or a rectangle die and cut that hole out and put some acetate in there and have a window, so I could do that right there. And I have 2 by 2.5 there so that I know that when I go to cut my pattern paper, it's going to be 2 by 2.5. Now I have this box up here marked the same way because I'm going to put pattern paper up there, and that's 1 by 2. So you see, if I keep this in my kit, then I have, with my die, then I have all the information. If I want to put a piece of paper on the bottom to secure the bottom, which I don't, but if you wanted to, you would need to cut a 2-inch square. So that's what that measurement is right there. Now, you'll notice I have some black marks on here. These marks, these lines are tape. Tape right here, and I need a piece of tape right here. And do you see my arrow is pointing left? And that means left of center. I don't want it right on center. I want it left of center. So I also want a piece of tape over here, right of center. So 3 pieces of tape across the bottom. And then we need tape on the tabs, right here and right here. Now, I will tell you that having the jig really helps, because when I first started this project, I was working without the jig, which I know better, but I did. And I want to show you this just so I can show you how awesome I am. Put my pattern paper on there and was all excited about my project, and then I realized that my hearts were upside down. So whenever you do this, working with the jig and making sure that you're set up the exact same way really helps for a multitude of reasons. So here's my piece that I have cut. This is cut with red cardstock, and I have put our red watercolor paper pad for accents on there. I'm going to add my super tacky tape exactly the way my jig says. Left of center, right of center. And I've already pre-cut my pieces, and I need tape here on this tab, tape on this tab. Now you'll notice if I turn my jig over, I don't have anything on the back. So I have everything covered there. So I have that done. I want to train the fold. So we're going to fold that back and forth and get some really good clean folds. I like to fold my pieces back and forth just to really get that fold where I want it, and then I can train it where I want it to go. When you do these top pieces, really important to get that fold really well. Fold it back and forth, and then we're going to fold on the lines running this way back and forth. Now here's what's really important. You have your folds, I don't know if you guys can see that, here. And you want to make sure that you get those trained really well. It'll really help with the construction of your milk carton when you go pull it all together later. So awesome, we have them all done. Now we're going to take our project. We have the 2 tapped pieces over here. We're going to turn the whole thing over. And we're going to fold this in, 1 fold in, okay? So it's like this. We're going to fold this in, and we're going to remove the tape. Get the tape right there. Then I'm removing that tape liner with the pick tool. We're going to fold that piece in flat. We just made the box attach itself together. We're going to flip this over. We have a piece of tape over here we want to take off. Get rid of that. Now we're ready to pull our box together. Okay, so what you want to do is the 2 short flaps go in first, and then you're going to pull this piece down. So these 2 in first, then this one, and that's the one with the super tacky tape on it. And then we're going to make sure our box is square and fold the last piece down. Now I'm going to show you a little secret. If you really want to push that down, I'm going to take my glue bottle and I'm going to push down on that and get everything secure. So now we have our milk carton, and because we had trained those folds earlier, those will slide right in for us. And we're going to close up our milk carton just like that. Now you can close these in a number of different ways. You could cut another piece of paper and glue it over the top. You could staple it closed. My friend Trudy did these, and she put Velcro on them so you could reopen and close them. So those are all kinds of different options. I like to glue mine with the Art Institute glue. I will tell you though, it's permanent, so you kind of have to tear the container up. But I like the way that gives you a nice strong closure at the top, which is critical. So we're going to take that and we're going to hold this. Now, what I found is that you need to hold this for about 20 seconds. So you want to hold on to it for about 20 seconds because you want to have really good, strong adhesion. If you wanted to go in and add that little piece to the bottom, that's the 2-inch square at the bottom that you could put on there, which it does look cute. So that's an option too. So really fun little container. It is called the Mini Milk Carton. So that's the Mini Milk Carton. Thanks for stopping by today. I hope you enjoyed our project. You can find this and other great projects on our website, www.creekbankcreations.com.